All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is supposed to be our live show. No, but we had to move the Skill Up live show from 1 p.m. today. We're going to be having that show later in the day. But yes, I am here because we have an interesting event that is going on in the academy right now. We have our extra early bird challengers bonus that is going on right now. So think about it like a flash sale. So we have a 12-hour flash sale that is going on right now in our 30 days book challenge. I don't know if you've been following us, but if you've been following us, then you will know that we have a 30 days book challenge that we run in August every year, from the 1st of August to the 30th of August. Now, we started this challenge 3 years ago, 2 years ago. This is the third edition, isn't it? So is that 3 years? Is that 2 years? Anyway, this is 3.0 of the challenge. In the first challenge, it was maximum fun because we had lots of activities that young children could do to get them motivated to read. I had a session earlier on in our daily tonic show. How can I support my child to excel show? In that show, I had a guest, and my guest in the show is a teacher. Yeah, a teacher, right? My guest who was in the show today, Miss Kosi, is a teacher and an amazing one at that. And we were talking to her about why it is important that children start reading early, or why it is important that we introduce our children to reading as early as possible. And I really wanted an insider's contribution. I wanted a classroom teacher, someone who was in the classroom that isn't me, all right, to share that experience with us. Because a lot of times as parents, we are so focused, we are so focused on our children's academics basically, and we forget that there are so many other things that are the real deal. Yes, so many other things that are the real deal that we should focus on. See, these children, their grades, the results that come with exams, and all of that. I have said this and I will keep saying it. These are actually extra perks that come with the other skills and the other habits that our children have, or that we have been able to instill in our children. If you do not instill skills that the children need to do well or to navigate on their own, you will find out that you will get exhausted, and the child will also get exhausted. The child will get stressed, as a matter of fact. You may not even know it, but your child may be going through anxiety, going through a lot of stress because of that whole system where the child is pushed and we keep pushing and keep pushing, okay, and we make it seem like pushing that hard is a good thing. But there is a level that you will push any human being at all, and especially a child, that it becomes stressed and can actually lead to anxiety, which, if not taken care of, can actually be a can actually even cause health problems and other bigger problems. Could be traumatic for the child, could cause health problems and cause other big problems that we don't even see coming, just because we need them to perform at a level, or we need them to produce certain results, when in the real sense all we really need is to put in the right habits. All we really need is to instill and to hone the right skill, and we will get the children in a place where they can achieve these things that we are talking about without them being stressed. And reading is part of it. Reading is one of those skills that you need to put in place. If we can put reading in place, and we can get our children to cultivate this habit as early as possible, see, the grades and every other thing becomes a bonus. Recently, our son has been writing exams back to back. Okay, he had to write the Cambridge checkpoint exams, and wrote the Nigerian, basic education, grade 9 basic education and all of that. Now during that period, I had close friends who came around, and they saw him one of those days. Someone was like, I thought he was writing exam. He's cooking. He's cooking. Why is he cooking? He's supposed to be writing exams. And other times like that he had to like do other things. And it's a case of, why is he doing this? He's supposed to be studying. Now, when I have people, even those who are close, complain or tend to worry about the fact that a child is writing exams or is supposed to be going through an exam season, and the child seems to be doing other things, I smile, because really we're not on the same page, on this whole journey, right? I understand that grades are a fruit of the many other things that we should put in place as parents. We understand that grades will come when other things have been instilled. So because we know this, we are not running kitty kitty kata kata when children are writing exams. We do not have to leave everything. Our lives do not have to pause. The children do not have to stop everything else in life just so that they can sit for statutory exams, pause their entire life to do one thing, and then after that, what? You now struggle to come back to your life, your routine, and all of that. There is no need. It is because we do not prepare, and we don't understand the things that are important or are essential. That is why we find ourselves in that place where we repeatedly act like there is some big thing that is happening, or that the world is about to, come to some serious problem just because our children are writing exams. But if we do the needful and we instill the right skills and we have the right habits, we realize that everything becomes normal. Everything becomes a breeze because this is their everyday life. So why do children have to get to the point where they write exams before they start studying for exams? Like, for instance, now Miss Corsi shared with us this morning that even in her classroom, she noticed that the children who come from homes where reading for leisure has been introduced, children who come from home where reading for leisure is a thing, when you see them, they are always optimistic about learning. They are always ready to learn new things. They are always excited about new discoveries and new experiences. This is because reading has prepared them for lifelong learning. This is because reading has opened up their mind for creativity, has opened up their mind for a consistent or a constant curiosity. So reading has become a way of life. It has become an enjoyable experience rather than a chore. Now, you cannot get young children to see reading as an enjoyable experience until we can introduce them to reading, first of all, as early as possible, okay? And two, that we can look for the right tools and the right strategy to help them, motivate them to cultivate that habit of reading. And you see, these two things are actually what the 30 days book challenge is aimed to, target in our children. So our challenge is for children from zero. Why are we saying your 1 month old, your 2 month old, your 5 month old should be registered for this challenge? It is because we know that, first of all, reading has to be introduced at home. Yes, the love for reading, the love for prints, the love for prints, for reading, for rich language, for creativity, for that experience that comes with learning has to be created at home by you, the parents. The environment that will help your child enjoy and embrace reading such that they get the required stimulation from reading should actually come from home. It is programming. So as a parent, if you can program your environment to help your child embrace or cultivate reading, if you can program your resources, if you can program your environment to have the right resources, your environment to have the right dose, of excitement, to have the right activities, then you are ready or you are programming the child to learn, okay, or you're programming the child to enjoy reading. And according to Barack Obama, I shared that this morning. I said Barack Obama actually said that reading books, right? Reading books is actually the gateway skill that makes all other skills possible. All right. So if we can introduce our children to reading books, it becomes a gateway for every other skill. All right. And studying and excelling in their academics falls under all of these other skills. So you can deal with that, the math concept, the science concept, all of it. That whole study habits can actually be dealt with today when your child is 1 year and 6 months, and as early as now. This can be dealt with, and that builds the foundation for the rest of their life. So when you see parents who are jumping up and down, oh, lesson teacher A, lesson teacher B, this place, that place, usually I would say you really don't need all of these things if we can create or we can build the right foundation. Now, am I saying that, parent children will not have things, concepts that they'll struggle with at one point or the other? That could happen. Now, when that happens, all the child needs, it's a bit of scaffolding. That's what we believe in, especially even in our home. A bit of scaffolding. Oh, I'm struggling with this concept. Okay, if I can make some time, I understand the concept and I can make some time to put you through the concept, then I will. But if it's something that is out of my, purview, it's out of my expertise or whatever, and there is a need to get someone to put you through that for a brief period, then we do that so that you can understand that concept. And that person could actually be your school teacher. It could just be having extra, time with them for a week, for 2 weeks, and thereabouts. All right. Because the truth is, when we don't do this, we put children in a place where they become dependent learners. They are not independent learners. They become dependent learners. And the reason you have the child in the first place, in that you got them in that place in the first place, is because a lot of the things that could have been done earlier in the first 3 to 5 years of their lives were actually neglected. And one of them is usually introducing children to books and getting them to read books. Now, this is a chance for you. It is summer holiday, first of all. So every school will be on holiday by the 1st of August. So yes, your child can be a part of this because it's going to be lots of fun. You will see all you need is about 30 minutes in a day. 30 minutes in a day, all right? Your child is still young and you have to be a part of it. In fact, why shouldn't you be a part of it even for all of your kids? All right, it's a great bonding opportunity. We're going to be outdoor, we're going to be outside a lot, we're going to be in the kitchen a lot, we're going to be in the room a lot, we're going to be having Tales by Moonlight outside, we're going to be doing so much fun, we're going to be having puppet shows, we're going to be having great grandma stories. I'm going to be sharing 3 amazing stories from my new book. Right? I'm going to be sharing 3 beautiful stories from one of my new books, right? Stories, wisdom stories for champions. The stories my grandma, the lessons my grandma taught me. So I'm going to be sharing lessons from, wisdom stories for champions, all right? During the challenge. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of dress ups. There's going to be a lot of dress up. There's just going to be a lot of fun. Your child will wake up excited every day. Yes, my daughter is 9 and she's already excited about the challenge because she was there for 1.0, 2.0, and now it is 3.0. So she cannot wait. So what am I saying to you? If you have a child that does not like book, we shouldn't have children like that at all. If you do, then it is your responsibility to do everything within your power to get your child to love books. It is the gateway to all other skills. Do you know how we've been able to have sex conversations with our children? We have a steady sex conversation line just because the children love to read books. So it makes it very easy for us to just sit down and have a conversation through an amazing material that we are reading, and we have such conversations like it's reading Oliver Twist or reading Rumpelstiltskin or any book. book at all. It's not a big deal. And what you call it now, it's the principle is actually the same. It's the same. So all you need to do is know how to go about that conversation, get some lessons about how to teach the sex conversation, and then get the right material. Because your child is a book lover, it's easy for you to use the material as a tool, and then the strategies that you have to get that lesson across. And it's the same thing for every other thing. When our son started building, his financial knowledge and all of that, we had to read Rich Dad Poor Dad at some point. It wasn't a big deal to read Rich Dad Poor Dad with him at age 11, because reading was already a thing. And Miss Kosi also said that for the children who already love to read, you realize that they are thinking order. They always think at a higher thinking order. So when you put a comprehension or you put something for them, while other kids are not able to read between the lines or comprehend, children who read do not have a problem. They go in there and it is a breeze. No wonder. Some of our kids who read did not even have to struggle with Cambridge first language English, because hey, when you read, writing Cambridge as an English as first language, not a second language, there was no need to struggle, because as it were, reading has already opened up their minds, their creative minds. It's already opened up their mind to knowledge of different subjects. Basically, it's such an amazing, it's such a fun and amazing time when you have conversations with children who read books. A child who is 8-year-old that reads books, like an ardent reader, would engage you as an adult, and you will be wondering, and you know how ordinarily we will say it's native sense. It's not necessarily that. When you see these ones, you will know that it's not native sense. When you have this kind of children, if you have children like that, you will know what I'm talking about. They will engage you in a powerful way. They will engage you in a meaningful way. Sometimes I have people around me who are in their mid-20s, and you're speaking with them, you can tell that there isn't anything beyond the basic, because you can tell that this person's mind, has not touched places, and has not experienced a lot of things. Yet you're speaking to a 14-year-old who has had experiences through books, and you can tell that this one has got insight, this one has got depth, and this one understands. So that's part of what Miss Kosi was saying. For the children who read books, as a teacher, you would tell, because their thinking order is higher thinking order. All right. Other children do not understand. They can't read between the lines. They can't infer. They cannot, and yet these ones have depth because they have read different things. You're even talking about something. You want to find out, what experiences the child has got. And when the child is talking to you, you can tell that the child has got some experiences of these things, even if the child doesn't have like full knowledge of it. Now, these are the reasons. These are part of the reasons why you need to join the challenge right now. Why this challenge? Because this challenge is going to engage your child for a whole 30 days. The goal is to be consistent and have your child doing an activity that motivates them to stay on task. So the children get to read 4 categories of books. Some of them get to read 6 books. Some of them get to read 12 books. Others get to read 15, and others can read 30. That is why it is a challenge. We want the child to be able to challenge themselves to the number of books that they can read. Now, let's save it. Come to the challenge. Let's talk about the rest of it. But the challenge is so affordable that you don't have a reason why you shouldn't be a part, or your child shouldn't be a part of this challenge. For today, in the next 12 hours or 11 hours, rather, the challenge started at 12. So from 12 to 12 midnight or 11:59, you can get this challenge at $299. At $2,999, I will be working with your child. We will be reading, using tools, using strategies that can keep your child engaged reading books. For the next 30 days, we will be having varying, exciting activities for 30 days for just $2,099. I know this. What can $2,099 buy in today's Nigeria? Meat pie? Or what is it? 2 meat pie, right? Or something like that. That is all that you need to be a part of this challenge. So don't think it. Don't overthink it. In fact, right now, even if you do not know what it is that you will do yes to the challenge, just grab the offer right now. Because this challenge is actually worth 10,000 naira. That's what the challenge is worth, 10,000 naira. But no, we're giving it at 299 because for us, it is more like we want more children reading. I want you to experience what I am experiencing, dear parents. When you have children who read, you do not have to stress. See, all this stress, all this kitty kitty that you are doing, when your children are doing it, I'm not with you people. I'm not there because we're sitting pretty. It's easy to ride on, to leverage on the skills that we have already built. And this is because we programmed right and we started this journey early. And it's not just my children, even the children in the mastermind that I work with. Many of them are in that place. Many of them are in that place where it's a role. I mean, it's like an easy journey right now, just because we've locked down the skill. Okay, even for your child who already reads, there are levels, and the more exciting the child finds reading, the more the child will read. And this is what we are doing. The excitement. I have this formula, I share it all the time. And the formula is an activity plus a sense of satisfaction is equal to motivation. Go and ask the man who smokes. Go and ask the person who drinks. Go and ask the person, anyone who indulges, right, or is addicted. Ask them what it is that they are getting from it. They will tell you that activity brings a sense of satisfaction. That activity gives them a high. That activity gives them a sense of good feeling, and so that becomes the motivation. So for some of them, they know this is harmful, they know this is a terrible activity, but because of the motivation behind it, the sense of satisfaction that comes from it, they cannot leave it. That's how addicted we want to get your child around reading, so that because of the activities and the sense of a satisfaction that comes with it, your child is locked in. Your child is locked in. We cultivate, like, you know how you cultivate? You plant that habit, you put it, and then you lock it in. And this way, we have our children ready to take on anything in life because the foundation is right. This can happen for your 1-year-old, same thing for your 3, your 5, your 10. And yes, we have moved 13-year-olds who were zero lovers of books to lovers, zero interested in books. We have moved them from zero book readers to book lovers. And I want to do that for your child too. All right. And even for your child who loves books, let's get them even more excited about books, and let's get them having fun this summer holiday. It doesn't matter if your child is going to camp. They can take a break during the camp period. They come right back in. Every day in the challenge is a wahoo something. Every day in the challenge is its own kind of fun. So even if your child is going to camp for 3 days, for 5 days, for 4 days, 5 days, 3 days, it's okay. They can still join us. The challenge is for 30 days. So you can't deprive them of a whole 30 days just because of 3, 4, 5 days that they are off for camp. Do you understand? All right, so I'm going to leave it there. Challenge is on right now. You can look in the comment section and click right there, all right, for you to be a part of the challenge. You can also use the link to join the wait list. In the wait list, we have other bonuses. We have bonuses that are worth 20,000 naira that you will get by joining this challenge at 299. Wait till not do me. I'm not afraid of you people. No, but this is the season. I love summer holiday. And I think it's a season to equip parents, because summer is that time where you can lock in a lot of skills and a lot of habits. So we want to equip you to make the best of the summer holiday. So we have 3 amazing resources that come with it. One of it is going to be how to teach your child, or how to help your child learn to study on your own. If you know me, I'm not a proponent for back-to-back bashing of children in the name of you must study and you must pass exam. I'm not that person. I mean, you must do lesson. I'm for children becoming independent learners and being able to guide themselves, understand why they need to study this much for themselves. And we have raised children, and we are raising more and more children like that in the mastermind. So we are raising excellent children who are doing exceptionally well in all areas without stressing them and getting them anxious or making them suffer from anxiety. We want to help your child get there also. All right. So this is why we're doing this. All right. So you will get all that. The other challenge is a whole roundtable conversation that we had for almost 2 hours with some amazing parents who are raising children who are already making a difference in the world, children who are already pursuing their talent and their purpose. Basically, we in on that conversation we had a conversation about what these parents are doing, what we can do, how you can harness your child's gifts and your child's talents and then turn them into skills that are profitable, skills that will help your children become impactful people in the world. Right, that class will blow your mind, and you also get it for free. And the other one is a template, all right, a template and a guide on how you can create the ultimate plan for your child. Yes, how you can create a parenting plan for your child right from age from babies to preteens. I want to help you create a plan that becomes a template that you can use on your journey. I want to share that with you just because it is summer holiday and we want to equip you for the summer. But you can only get that when you join the wait list. So join the wait list, because that's where we're going to be sharing all of these resources. Thank you for joining me. If you're catching the replay, don't just watch the replay, go right in the comment section and register. All right, the flash sale is only for 12 hours. After today, it will go off the table. All right, after today, it's off the table, and I don't want it off the table for you, so I want you to grab it immediately. It is shinkini money, parents. This is meat pie money. All right, it can't even buy you pepper. It can't even buy you reasonable pepper right now. So go and pay that amount and call it a commitment fee. That's what it is. So pay the commitment fee and let's get to it. Thank you very much for being here, for joining me. All right, I will see you at the challenge, or let's see you in the group where we'll continue our conversation. So you can screen grab the information on the screen right now for the challenge. But more than anything, check in the comments and click the link and let's talk. All right, thank you very much and bye. I'm excited. Can you tell? Yes, I'm excited. I can't wait to have you in the challenge, or to have your child in the challenge. It's going to be some fun time. Thank you very much. Bye.